This is Apple's iPhone XR, not the XS, not the XS Max, but the 6.1-inch LCD display iPhone XR. I've been testing it. I like what I see. So what are the big differences between this guy, the iPhone XR, and the iPhone XS? Well, first of all, we've got colors. You've got the white, you've got blue, you've got coral, you've got black. So we've got a lot of choices here. Oh, we've also got orange. The Apple iPhone XR starts at $749 for the 64GB model. That is already $150 less than the base price iPhone XS. Apple's iPhone XR looks a lot like the XS and even the XS Max, but there are significant differences. Let's talk about some of the big differences between the Apple iPhone XR and the iPhone XS. The XS is 5.8 inches, a little bit smaller than the 6.1-inch phone here. This uses an LCD display. This uses an OLED display. What does that mean? The OLED display on the Apple iPhone XS is going to give you much purer blacks. It's also a higher resolution, higher pixel per inch. On the LCD display, or what Apple calls a liquid retina display, slightly lower pixel per inch, but still retina level, and you have backlighting. On the Apple iPhone XR, the backlighting on the LCD display means that the blacks aren't going to be quite as deep. Are you going to notice the difference between these two phones? The naked eye, probably not. Let's talk a little bit about the screens and the bezel. This is the Apple iPhone XS. Beautiful OLED screen, tiny bezel, obviously you've got the notch. This is the Apple iPhone XR. The bezel is a little bit wider. It makes the notch look a little bit more pronounced. This is how it has to be for a liquid crystal display, for an LCD. They have to accommodate the backlighting. They have to make it a little different. It is noticeable when you have the phones next to each other. And after a while of using the Apple iPhone XR, I really kind of forgot about it. I played video games on it. I looked at photos. I watched video. I didn't mind. Like the iPhone XS and XS Max, the Apple iPhone XR is water resistant. So these are rated IP68, which means they can go up to 2 meters of water for 30 minutes. This is rated, the iPhone XR is rated IP67, which means it can go into 1 meter of water for 30 minutes. Here's another big difference. The chassis is made of recycled aluminum, not surgical steel. Again, feels nice. It's a matte finish, so it feels good in the hand. You will find the same glass covering on both displays, the same strong glass covering on the front. On the back, they use slightly different glass covering. So, the glass covering on this isn't as strong as it is on the iPhone XS, but it is stronger than you will find on the Apple iPhone X. Let's talk about the biggest difference between the Apple iPhone XS and the Apple iPhone XR. So you're looking at the biggest difference between the phones right here. There is a single 12 megapixel wide-angle camera right on the back of this iPhone XR phone. So it turns out that having a single camera on the back of your iPhone is not a big deal. You still get really incredible portrait mode photos that you can adjust after you've taken the picture. The iPhone XR can take portrait modes of people, but not animals or anything else. We're going to try that out. Apple designed this camera to match the optics of a 26mm wide-angle lens. The photography, the quality of it is really good, and because it's wide-angle, you automatically get more of the frame in than you will even with the iPhone XS Max and XS. Because what happens when they go to portrait mode is they use the telephoto lens, so you're automatically closer to your subject. You don't really have that happen here. And so in a way, the photos are more dramatic. Yes, it's true. The Apple iPhone XR 12 megapixel camera portrait mode will only work with people, but they don't have to be alive. Here's a little Spock statue, and as you can see, it was able to identify that he has a human face. You could blur the background, you could blur the foreground, but it could keep him in perfect focus. Inside the Apple iPhone XR, you will find the exact same components as you do inside the Apple iPhone XS. We have the A12 Bionic CPU, the same GPU, the same neural net technology, the same image signal processor, all of it the same, including, and this is important, the True Depth module right on the front. So what do you have there? All kinds of sensors. In addition, a 7 megapixel camera. Yes, you can take portrait mode photos from the front camera just as well as you can from the back camera, but obviously it's not a wide angle camera. But the photos still look great. Just like on the Apple iPhone XS and XS Max, the XR can do augmented reality. It's powered by the A12 Bionic CPU and its neural net engine. It's fun, it's powerful. I even made my own Animoji. Let's play it.
You ever think you talk too much?
No, I don't think so.
Well, you do.
I recorded this on the iPhone XR, which has the exact same true depth camera as the iPhone XS and XS Max, and seems to work just as well.
The Apple iPhone XR not only records stereo audio with its 4 microphones, but it plays back stereo as well. That's just like the iPhone XS and XS Max, but it does a good job of picking up the audio and separating it. Well, that's loud. It's what it's like to live in New York City. All these phones are fast wireless charging, discharged wirelessly, no problem. For its size, the Apple iPhone XR is a little bit thicker and heavier than you might expect. However, here's what you get with that couple extra millimeters. Better battery life. The battery life on the Apple iPhone XR seems to beat not just the XS, but it kind of also beats the XS Max. So this gets, I've gotten as many as 15 plus hours of performance mixed use throughout the day. That's quite something. Are you giving anything up for the Apple iPhone XR? Of course you are. You know, you're not getting the surgical steel, you're not getting the OLED display, you're not getting the telephoto lens. But when you put it all together, this is a good value. You've got a well-made phone, great size screen, excellent photography front and back, and you're keeping a little bit more money in your pocket. Plus, who doesn't want a blue phone? I kinda did. I got white. It's okay. Thanks for watching my review of the Apple iPhone XR. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. And we've tested the iPhone XR, iPhone XR, boom, 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 boom.